Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe. Welcome to the live stream, fellas. This is a crazy game week, guys. We have lots to discuss right here. So, welcome Smelly Web, welcome Karthik, Shopanen, um, Samuel, Spells, everybody. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. So, since we have lots to discuss, guys, but before we start, let's have some scores. So, how did you do in this game week, friends? Did you have an amazing game week, or did you have a stinker? Kinda. Hey, Eden, welcome. Hey, Landon, welcome to the live stream. So glad to have you here. There you go. So, we got one score. Landon scored 83, FPL for Life scored 50. Not bad, my friend. Landon is amazing, 83. Smellyweb scored 42, pretty close to mine. You can see my score on the screen. Mark says Stinker 44. Well, you see the variance here. Beerkern says 81. Wow, that's amazing. Landon, Beerkern, both in the 80s. That's awesome, my friends. Well done. There you go, 94. Oh my days. 67 but had over 20 points on the bench, so a bit gutted. Well, such is life in FPL, my friends. Karthik says 46. He has the same points as me. Lincoln says 66, 70 with bonus. So there are some amazing scores flying around and some not so amazing scores. So I got 46 points this game week as well, my friends. So, not too bad, not too good. Basically, on the deadline stream, as I said, this game week for me was about damage limitation, holding on to my true transfers, holding on to my nerves, and then deciding what to do. Then deciding, having one more game week of data and then making the transfers. Spell says 85 after wildcard. That's amazing, my friend. That's a really good score. I mean, your wildcard really paid off for you, so I'm so happy for that. So, fellas, lots to discuss in it. Let's get started. So, since this is the aftermath stream, I'm going to talk a little bit about the matches. I'm not going to go into too much detail because this game week has been such an anomaly, I'm not even sure if it has become the game week or the Premier League week with the most amount of goals scored, but it's pretty close, my friends. I'm not sure if the record has been broken. I think it was 42 goals in one game week, if I'm not sure, but it's very close. This anomaly of a game week, I'm so happy that it's over. But let's get started by talking about it, my friends. Hey Zod, welcome to the live stream. Zod says record broken. So friends, the record for the most Premier League goals in 1 week has been broken. So we have to kind of stash it to the side as a one-off. It's not gonna happen every week. So we have to kind of put things in context, and that's what I'm here for. Because I see on Twitter people just going crazy with their transfers, taking hits, wild cards flying around, every time somebody scores a goal, and then they're gonna come, oh, I think I need this player and I need that player, and when Podence scores they say I need Podence, when Jimenez scores they say I need Jimenez. I mean, so fickle is the nature of us humans who play FPL. It's amazing. Thank God I'm a wizard. Anyways, guys, so I'm here to talk about you, kind of stop you all from knee jerking, and tell you a little bit about the players I'm considering as well. So, before we talk about my transfers or my team, I'm just gonna review the game week for all of you, so that we can have a look at what happened. So starting from the Everton game, guys, this was an amazing start for the game week for me. As you know, I had Dominic Calvert-Lewin from before game week 1 just because of this game, and it was a fantastic game for me. I mean, Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored a hat-trick, although the goals were not that good, but it was a fantastic game for Everton in general. Kieran Gibbs did madness, got sent off, and West Brom started the game really well, actually. Grady Diangana scoring the opening goal and all that. But guys, I mean, Everton was always going to win this game, but the way they won it, it was so amazing. Richarlison 3 assists, James Rodriguez got 12 points. So all in all, You know, everything that we expected from Everton after an amazing game week 1 came to pass, and Everton were brilliant. West Brom, just like a newly promoted team, still, Pereira scored a brilliant free kick, and they had some bright sparks. But really, next week Chelsea for West Brom looking ominous already. So this game, I mean, didn't tell us too much. Maybe a little bit about the Everton defense. Like people were trying to double up and say we need one Pickford and we need to go for a defender. And I have to say, guys, it's to concede 3 goals to Fulham, and that too to Mitrovic, who was one of the highest owned players from Fulham. But Costa scored 2, Klish scored 1, Bamford 1. I mean, Bamford, guys, this is one of the biggest anomalies of the season for me. Last season he had such a bad XG, this Bamford guy, and in Premier League he's setting the Premier League on fire, scoring goals, providing assists. But for me, still the best asset from Leeds is still Klish. This guy takes penalties, he plays in the midfield. So this was a very, very strange game with 4-3, guys. But remember, before you start bringing Leeds players in, Bamford, Klish, Costa, and all these guys, they are not going to play Fulham every week, my friend. So just be careful. Do not be trigger happy. Wait and watch with Leeds. They were 4-3 with Liverpool, and we expected Leeds gonna just blow away Fulham. That didn't happen. It was a very close game, and Mitrovic scored 2 goals. Very highly owned as well. So for me, Leeds players, wait and watch. Even though they performed really well. This game, guys, this is one which really needs talking about. Everybody after game week 1, they were so interested in Manchester United assets, and even I was. I'm not gonna lie, I just didn't have a way to bring in a Manchester United player that I wanted, because I wanted Martial or Bruno Fernandes, and I didn't have any way to get them in without taking a hit, so I decided not to do it. And in hindsight, that was a good decision, but before the game week, guys, it was the right decision. So very strange game. We need to talk about the handball rule as well, guys. It's having a lot of impact on our game weeks, and I'll talk to you about it after I discuss all the matches, right? So this game, United, with all that farce with giving, I don't think it was a penalty in the first place, to Lindelof, and then De Gea saved the penalty, ref gave it again, and then they changed the penalty taker. I was taking it, and then Zaha took it. It was a very crazy game, but I think Crystal Palace played really well. We need to have a look at a couple of their assets as well. And Manchester United, I think they're gonna improve. So if you have their players, all I'm gonna say in this game is do not transfer them out, my friends. They have decent fixtures, and Manchester United not gonna lose every week like they did to Crystal Palace. So just be confident, guys. Remember what happened to people who sold Son after game week 1. So hold on to Martial, your Brunos, and your Rashfords. I think they're gonna come good in the end. That's my verdict on this game. Zaha, good asset. For me, possibly I'm not gonna get him into my team, but I think he's a decent asset. At 7 million, not a bad shout. Arsenal, West Ham. Guys, we all had Aubameyang as our captain, right? What a pathetic game by Arsenal. It was so bad in this game, my friends. I just couldn't believe, was it the same West Ham that got beat by Newcastle 2-0, and then coming to Arsenal, coming to the Emirates and playing so well, defending doggedly, and Antonio scoring the goal, and Arsenal created next to nothing. They were so lucky to win this game. And Aubameyang was so lucky to get that assist. He had no involvement in the game at all. And, I'm so glad that the first 2 game weeks are over and I can actually just transfer out Aubameyang. This 12 million player burning a hole in my pocket. And none of the West Ham assets I'm, interested in. Antonio has really high XG, but the fixtures are too difficult for me to kind of consider him. But, after their difficult run is over, in game week 8, I'm definitely gonna consider Antonio. This game, guys, this is one which needs really talking about. Oh my god, if you didn't have Spurs assets, this is where it all went wrong for your game week. I was happy, I got 17 points from Calvert-Lewin, the game week was going fine, my captain Aubameyang scored 10 points, and then came this game. Southampton does have to have a game in which they concede lots of goals, right? Last year it was Leicester, this time it was Spurs. Guys, They have defenders like Jack Stevens and all these guys, and Bednarek, and they're playing a high line to players like Son who were like steering quick, and they didn't learn from their mistakes. They conceded all the goals in the same way. Kane dropping deep, Son dropping into the space, running into the channel, and just scoring the easiest goal. I mean, McCarthy should have done better for the first goal. He could have come and stuff, but let's not go too much deep into the football aspect. This was the anomaly of the game week, guys. If you owned Son, you had a great game week. I mean, if you didn't own Son, you could still have a decent game week. But these two guys changed the whole reflection of the game week. If you own them, oh my days. 4 assists for Kane, 1 goal. Son scored 4 goals. But guys, remember, I mean, Spurs have good fixtures, and you might want to jump back on their assets. If you transferred out Son last week, you might want to jump back on him. But if you have Bruno Fernandes, guys, just hold on to him. I'm not saying Son is a bad asset. If you want, you can get Son. In my opinion, Bruno is an equally good asset, and Son is not going to score 4 goals in every game. They're not going to be playing such a bad defensive team who've got slow defenders, but they insist on playing a high line even after they conceded 3 goals, right? Go back, at least have some pride. Go back, play a deep block, at least stop them from playing. They just continued and playing the high line, and they got exploited so badly, and they could have had more Spurs. But I'm so happy that this game is finally over. About the Spurs assets, Kane, guys, I think gonna be good. They have good fixtures. Son, if you want, you can get him in. I think at 9 million, keep him in your team. He'll have one of these games in 4, 5, 6 matches where he scores a couple of goals. Not a bad value at 9 million, in my opinion. I'm sorry if you kind of if you're commenting on in the chat, guys. I'm just looking at the scores and just talking about the game. So I'll be back and reading your messages very soon. So guys. Thank God this game is over. It could have been much worse, Newcastle Brighton, guys, this is a very good example. The Spurs game, the Newcastle game, from game week 1 to game week 2. You look at the transition. Spurs were appalling in game week 1 against Everton. In game week 2, they went on and scored 5 goals. Newcastle we all thought they were brilliant in game week 1 against West Ham. And what happened? They conceded 3 goals to Brighton, and they never looked like scoring, did Newcastle, right? I mean, okay, Alan St. Maxima, their bright spark, their midfield dribbling, they lost a bit of that with his injury, but Newcastle were really bad. If I had a couple of Newcastle players, of course Alan St. Maxima is injured and I'm already looking to move him on, but if I had a couple of their players, I would be kind of worried about them right now. This game, guys, I was so looking forward from a footballing point of view as well, and also because I had 4 players. I had Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Salah, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I was so looking forward to this game. I was hoping it was going to be a spectacle, but Christiansen got sent off, and it just turned that game totally. And after that, Liverpool were just dominating, and they brought on Thiago at halftime, and after that, they just dominating the game. And even before that, I mean, Chelsea were not on top of the game or anything. Liverpool were still the better side, but Chelsea were at least dogged. They were playing well. They were trying to keep hold of the ball. They were playing, and Timo Werner was making runs. Kai Havertz kind of getting into the space, making late runs into the box. It was a good game, guys, but and again, Captain Hindsight here as well. Salah in game week 1 with 3 goals, and Mane, guys, with 2 goals in game week 2. So you know what happened? There's so many people on Twitter. They had Mane in game week 1, and because Salah scored 3 goals, they sold him and they got Salah for game week 2, and then Mane scores 2 goals. So you cannot keep going back and forth between these players, guys. They're 12 million premium assets, and they're gonna return sooner or later. All I say is keep the faith. Whichever player you selected, just keep the faith, and I think he's gonna come good. I'm not saying keep him for 10 game weeks, but at least give him a couple of game weeks, 2, 3, 4 game weeks, right? So it ended 2-0. Liverpool got a clean sheet. Jorginho missed a penalty. Werner could have got the assist, but Alisson got 14 points, guys. So that's something we might have to look on. Leicester Burnley 4-2. Leicester, guys, this Castan guy is looking really, amazing as a defender. He plays so high up. I'm not sure what happens to him when Ricardo comes back, but I'm not so sure if Ricardo's getting his place back so quickly from this guy. He looks so amazing. He makes amazing runs. His ball delivery is really good, and can you believe like Leicester scored 4 goals and Vardy didn't even have one of them? Vardy didn't get a sniff in that game, guys. His XG is crazy. Yesterday I read a stat on Twitter. They said his XG is less than non-penalty XG is less than Mohamed El Neni of Arsenal. Can you believe that? I mean, it was so frustrating if you were a Vardy owner. But Burnley looked good. Chris Wood, I think, is a good asset from Burnley. The defenders, obviously, for the easier games, they're going to keep clean sheets. Taylor got an assist as well. But this Castian guy and Harvey Barnes are 2 players on my watch list from Leicester. I think they look really good. Justin, of course, but he's already highly owned, so, we already have talked a lot about him. But these 2 guys, Castagne, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Castan and Harvey Barnes, guys. Amazing, amazing value players from Leicester. Not for game week 3, but for the long term, right? Today, guys, I had one player playing Sheffield United, Aaron Ramsdale. Why did I buy a 5 million keeper? And that too, Aaron Ramsdale. Oh my god, he was appalling. By the way, guys, so John Egan got sent off. It was very similar to the incident involving Christiansen and Mane, right? This guy, Ollie Watkins, Egan fouled him, and they deemed that he was going to go through and he was going to get to the ball. They sent off Egan, guys. So very unfortunate for all of you who were hoping to get something from Egan today. And then Sheffield United, guys, can you believe it? Down to 10 men, and Aaron Ramsdale makes 1 save and still ends up conceding. I was hoping that, alright, I know they're going to concede, at least Aaron Ramsdale can get some save points. Nope, no balls got to Aaron Ramsdale except the one in which they actually scored, so it was really bad for the owners. Aston Villa looked fine. It's very hard to judge them after your defender gets sent off after 13, 14, 15 minutes. So, I wouldn't be going for the assets so soon. Ollie Watkins looks okay. Not like looking like he's going to light the Premier League on fire or anything like that. But I think he's fine. I mean, the only asset I liked from Aston Villa was actually their keeper, Emi Martinez. They signed him from Arsenal, 4.5 million. Brilliant penalty save, and just generally his the presence in the team just makes their Aston Villa defense better. So that's the only asset I'm possibly going to consider from Aston Villa. Nothing much to talk about. Sheffield United, 4.5 million midfielder Burka. He started as a striker, so that might be one to look at possibly. But right now, I'm just gonna stay far away from Sheffield United. Also, our favorite John Lundstrom missed the penalty. So this, guys, the last match of the game week. I'm not sure why it says 0-2. It was 3-1 to. So I think I need to maybe refresh, guys. I already set up the stream. There you go. So, guys, it's 1-3 to Wolves. Jimenez, of all people, scored the goal. That was the only player from Wolves I didn't want to score, and he did. Podence, guys, he nutmegged Kevin De Bruyne. Got the assist. Podence looks really, really gold for FPL, my friends. 5.5. If you want an Alan St. Maxima replacement, for me right now, Podence looks to be real gold. Just the same value. Alan St. Maxima didn't drop in price yet, so Podence is a like-for-like replacement. I think he has amazing 5 fixtures, and you can definitely go for Podence. Manchester City, really sharp. Although they were rocking a little bit at the end when Wolves scored that goal and they were pushing for the equalizer, but overall, guys, 3 players from Manchester City I would definitely consider as Kevin De Bruyne. Of course, Sterling. If you want, you can have both of them. So one of Kevin De Bruyne and Sterling, then Gabriel Jesus, and Phil Foden. Amazing value. 6.5 million. Scored a goal, played the whole match, started. Not sure if it's gonna start every week, guys, but if you want to take a punt, 6.5, not bad value for Phil Foden. City really look like they're gonna go for the league again this year, so I don't think that we should be kind of ignoring that fact, and and like just go for people like Son or somebody like that and not get City players. I think having one City player is essential. And the same for Wolves. They have amazing fixtures coming up, guys. So if you can get at least one player and maybe two. So that was kind of the summary of the game week. I hope I didn't miss too many things, and let's get back to looking at my team, guys, which not looking that good, to be honest with you. Anyways, guys, so let me go back to reading your chats. I'm so sorry if you've been sending messages and stuff. I've been rambling just by myself talking about the game week. Just let me have a drink of water and I'll get back. Alright, my friends. So I'm back. I hope you enjoyed my summary. Smelly Web says great summary. Alrighty. So fellas, please, if you're new here, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Trying to get to 2500 subs before the start of Game Week 3. So I would really appreciate if you subscribe, hit like, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, you'll see my Twitter handle on the screen. And if you want to join our Discord server, we got a nice little kind of family there, a community building. So if you want to join there, the link is in the description. Right, let's get to the comments. Gitaria says best budget goalkeeper. To be honest with you, at this moment of time, I think Emi Martinez looks real gold. I think he's gonna be a great signing for Aston Villa. He's gonna make the defense even better. At the tail end of the last season, guys, I think Aston Villa defense was really solid, right? And Emi Martinez is gonna make it even better. So looks real gold for me at this moment. Emi Martinez 4.5, right? And Landon says I would still go for Podence over Foden. Yeah. To be honest with you, Landon, even I would go for Podence over Foden because there are not two spots in my midfield for kind of budget midfielders, and the City player that I want to get, or City player of my choice, is Kevin De Bruyne. So yeah, for me as well, Podence is better if you're gonna get Kevin De Bruyne. But if you're not gonna get any City player, then it's better to at least get Phil Foden in order to fill in that City spot, because I really think, guys, we need one City player. The way they're playing, they're looking sharp, they're gonna score goals. They're not gonna be playing Wolves away every week as well. So guys, they don't have the best of fixtures, City, right, to start the season, but for City, fixtures don't matter that much. Get their players in, guys. I think we need them. Spell says, to be honest, I would get rid of Havertz if I was you. Chelsea didn't look so great. I wouldn't want two of their players in my team. Yeah, you're right, Spells. Possibly if Chelsea wasn't playing West Brom next, I would get rid of Havertz, because I think for Havertz to play well, he needs to be playing at number 10. He doesn't need to be playing at right wing, chasing back the left back and making tackles and stuff. Havertz needs to be playing in that hole behind the striker. I think he's gonna be amazing. The way he plays, I think he's gonna be amazing, and I hope Hakim Ziyech or Pulisic come back against West Brom, and you'll see the real quality of this guy. He's amazing, right? But the reason why I'm not considering selling him for this game week is that, since I've owned him since game week 1, could be a parting gift for me from Kai Havertz. Maybe a goal or two, I think West Brom looks so susceptible. They are last, guys, on the last 20th number in the league for shots conceded in the box. West Brom are really bad defensively. Everton should have scored more goals against them, to be honest. So maybe I'll hold on to Kai Havertz. But if I can't get the players that I want for this game week, then possibly I might move him on, since I've already got Timo Werner. But guys, I'm just gonna say this: don't sell Timo Werner for this game week. Just keep him. If you're very frustrated with him, he could have got 5 points against Liverpool. He got 5 points against Brighton, so he was nicely taking over. The only reason he didn't get 5 points against Liverpool was that Jorginho missed that penalty, right? So I know you might be frustrated. 9.5 million giving you 5 points every week. Not the best, but not this game week, my friends. Keep Werner. Just listen to me for this game week. Just keep him for this game week, right? Nashville says, but they have fixtures on their side. Townsend has been performing well too. I hope you're talking about Crystal Palace, but you know, I just don't know, if we should go to Crystal Palace right now. Their best asset is obviously Zaha, but 7 million is kind of the budget which stops you from going for a player. If he was like 6.5 million, 6 million, you might have take a punt on him, but 7 million, it might stop you from making transfers elsewhere. And Zaha's fixtures may be good, may not be good, depending upon how you feel about the Crystal Palace performance. Then they're not gonna play the same way they did against United, guys. I don't know. I don't know what's with Crystal Palace. Every time when they go to Old Trafford, they seem to perform really well. Even last year, they did pretty well there. I'm not sure if they won or lost, but I remember they play very well at Old Trafford. So Palace, I think they have got Everton next, and on paper it's green in FDR, but guys, it's not an easy fixture, not neither for Everton, neither for Crystal Palace. So I'd just kind of be careful about getting their assets. Joe Hill says click. Guys, I'm not so sure how to pronounce his name. I'm just gonna call him Klish, I guess, Klish for now. And I'm so sorry if I hurt any of your sentiments by pronouncing the name wrong, right? So Klish is nailed on for me, says Joe. Yes, guys, you can go for Klish. For me, I'm just holding off the Leeds assets now. I just don't think they're gonna sustain this form of scoring 4 goals every week and conceding 3 goals every week. I think it's very hard for them to do. With Bamford as well, guys, he is gonna play 60 minutes every game week, no matter what happens. He's never gonna get more minutes. He's gonna get substituted due to the work rate he puts in the game. So Manuel says Richarlison or Calvert-Lewin for long term. If you can afford 1 million more, Richarlison looks real good for 8 million. Calvert-Lewin scored a hat-trick, fair enough, but if you do the eye test, guys, then it was not the most convincing of a hat-trick. The first goal was kind of a fluke back heel stuff. The second one was almost, he just took it off Richarlison, and it was Richarlison's goal, and I'm not even sure if it was going in or out, but he just kind of put his toe to it and put it in. And the next one was a header. So not the most convincing hat-trick, but to be honest with you, if I could, I would get Richarlison over Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Hey Peter, welcome to the live stream, my friend. Mark says, would it be crazy to triple up on Wolves with Saiz, Podence and Jimenez? Absolutely not. I think we should, what I'm recommending right now is that we should get at least 2 Wolves players. I think, their fixtures, the next 5 fixtures are absolutely awesome. Hang on guys, let's have a look at the fixtures. Just give me a second, I need to kind of fix this. There you go, I hope you can see the transfers. No, this is not the transfers page, I'm not sure how. Yeah, this is the transfers page, I'm so sorry. There you go guys. So let's have a look at the Wolves fixtures, right? West Ham United, Fulham, Leeds, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. My word guys, amazing fixtures. I think triple up is not a bad idea at all. You could go for it. Double up is definitely a good idea. 8fact says, is 55 points good? And I think he's been asking this question since he's put too many question marks. I'm so sorry, my friend. Yeah, I think this game week 55 points is decent, right? This game week has a lot of variance. So if you look at the variance, you'll see scores flying like 90 points, 85 points, and then you'll see people getting 35, 40 points, because the players who were expected to perform not all of them performed. Martial, Rashford, Bruno, they blanked. Aubameyang did get too many points, and even I'm not sure if Kevin De Bruyne got the assist or not, but Gabriel Jesus didn't get too many points. Jimenez, of course, he was always gonna get 1 goal. So it was a crazy game week. So 55 points is fine in my opinion, for this game week, my friend. Zach says, I don't know whether to wildcard. I've had a shitter of a week. Please help. Zach, to be honest with you, I'd have a look at your team before I could actually suggest, because wildcard, guys, is a very subjective thing. It's very hard for me to just say okay, you can go wildcard or you should not wildcard. But wildcard is a very subjective thing, and if you have a good team, guys, all I can say to you is this: if you have a good team, logically, right? If you think your team looks good, you've got Timo Werner, you've got Bruno Fernandes, you've got Salah, you've got Aubameyang, who you can obviously swap for KDB. I think you got a decent team. I don't think there's a need of wildcard there. You didn't get good points this week, fair enough, but we can't go chasing points, right? People did the same in game week 1. So they transferred out Son for Salah, for example, let's say. What happened, guys? Son went on and scored 4 goals. Salah scored 3 points. So chasing points is not the best idea in this game. Patience is a virtue which is very hard found in FPL, but which is very, very important. Buckshot says, Sim, I had 100 points. I got lucky with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. Captain Richarlison had Son and Martinez. My word. 100 points. That's amazing, Buckshot. I'm so happy for you, my friend. Well done, my friend. Well done. That's gonna put you in a very good place, I'm so happy for you. Manuel says Bruno or Son for long term. Manuel, I think it's not an either or choice. If you could, I'd say 9 million for Son is amazing value, right? So if you can put Son in the team, Bruno for long term, I think it's a very good option. With the penalty rule, guys, I hope you know what the penalty rule changes are. They've got this weird new rule in which, if the ball hits your shirt line, they're gonna decide the penalty according to that. If it hits below the shirt line or the sleeve line, it's kind of a very, very crazy rule. I mean, I do not understand how they could give the penalty for the handball by Lindelof and then not give the penalty for the handball by Gabriel, which was much more kind of blatant in my opinion. It was not clearly blatant, but if Lindelof's was a handball, how was Gabriel's not a handball? It blows my mind to think about that. But so guys, penalty taker is gonna be really, really important this season. I'm just telling you for the entire season. I'm not talking about 1-2 game weeks. There's gonna be 20% more penalties this season according to the bookies. So guys, anybody who takes penalties, I think we should try to get more players who have the ability to score from open play but also take penalties. Mitrovic could be one, right? Mitrovic could be a really decent shout. He takes penalties, he scores from open play. Bruno Fernandes takes penalties, can score points from open play. Such players, Harry Kane, guys, these players can be gold. Kevin De Bruyne takes penalties, at least until Aguero is not back, right? Hey Ahmed, welcome to the live stream, my friend. Hey Stan. Should I transfer Saint Maxima and Davies because of Reguilon and injury? Of course, I think Saint Maxima, if you want to wait for the news, you can possibly wait for the news as well. I'm not sure how badly his ankle was hurt or not, but Davies I'm concerned about as well, guys. I've got Davies and I'm a little concerned about as well that what's going to happen to Davies. Whether Reguilon is going to play at left wing back or is he going to play at left back? Is he going to replace Davies? I mean, I haven't seen anything from Davies to warrant him losing his place in the team, but you never know with Mourinho, I think he likes Davies, but, since he's signed Reguilon, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Emmett says, just like to say hi, amazing activity out here. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much for paying the visit. Sai says, ASM has bad fixtures. Yeah, I mean, ASM, guys, has to go. Very clear. I think we've had 2 games. We've identified a better 5.5 million option, right? Podence is your man, my friends. For the next 5 game weeks, forget about Alan St. Maxima. Go for Podence. If you can, go for him in this game week. If you already made your transfers, you don't want to take the hit, don't worry about it. 1 game week is not going to make or break your season. Go for him next week, but Alan St. Maxima has to go. And I think 5.5, Daniel Podence is your man. Zach says, is it worth taking Bamford instead of Che Adams? Guys, if I tell you a stat, you're gonna be really surprised, right? Che Adams has the highest expected goal from open play this game week. Can you believe it? Highest expected goals and scoring 0 goals. Can you just one of the highest, maybe if not the highest, one of the highest expected goals. This expected goals is so crap, it makes you hold on to a player. But I think Che Adams is eventually gonna get his goal. Just my opinion, so. In my opinion, I think you should keep Che Adams and don't transfer him out. For Bamford, Leeds have difficult fixtures, and I think you should hold on to Che Adams. Basketballer Lewis says, "Hi, do I need to transfer Aubameyang out for KDB tonight or later this week?" I think let me see if KDB is rising or not, guys. Gonna give you a fair idea. By the way, guys, I have a video in plan. I've made a plan for a video in which I'm going to show you all the free websites giving you fantasy, like news about fantasy football and where you can use for stats and all that stuff. I don't think KDB is gonna rise tonight, my friend. I think KDB is safe for tonight, so yeah, KDB is safe. I don't think he's gonna rise tonight. By the way, guys, so I'm gonna make a video for you in which I'm gonna discuss all the free websites where you can get all these like price rises and stuff, and you can look at the stats, the heat maps, and like different websites where you can check live scores, your live leagues, and all that stuff. I've got a video in my pipeline. I think it's gonna come out tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So don't forget to check it out, guys. All free assets, no paid websites, nothing behind the paywall, all free stuff, and which gonna help you with fantasy football. I don't know why I haven't made this video before. I guess it's been in the pipeline since a long time, but I've worked out how to do it, and I'm gonna do it in a couple of days, guys. So Manuel says, what do you think will be the best goalkeeper? I think 4.5 Emi Martinez, 5 million. Currently, it's looking like Gaita gonna be best for 5 million. And after that, 5.5. You can think about people like who's the best 5.5 million goalkeeper. It's very hard for me. I'm not gonna say David De Gea, but maybe I'm not sure about 5.5. But then at 6, you can go for people like Alisson, Ederson. So yeah. Ahmed says, "What's your plan, bro?" Ahmed, I'm gonna make 3 transfers this game week, possibly. I'm gonna take a hit, a -4, and I haven't kind of decided my moves just yet, guys. But since I'm talking about all the players that I'm gonna bring in, or I like the look of Podence, and since I've got Alan Saint Maxima, I possibly might get Podence. I wanna get Jimenez so bad for game week 4 or game week 3 in that case. But there's no way I can get Jimenez because I don't want to transfer out Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Timo Werner. So I think Jimenez has to wait for one more game week, guys. But Podence I can get in. Kevin De Bruyne I can get in as well. Let me tell you, guys, I'm thinking about 2 different strategies of attacking game week 3, and I'll show you both. See, guys, this is a very raw video, right? I haven't had time to make my plans. I just watched the games and then I just came here and talking to you guys about my raw kind of feedback about the games. But I'll tell you what at the back of my mind, I'm thinking about what I want to do. I have a couple of players which I'm really interested in bringing. Podence is kind of, I want a Wolves player, so Podence is important in that way. I think he can give you attacking cover from Wolves. He got 2 assists already, in 2 games. I think it's a fantastic return for a player who's 5.5 million. He's nailed on to start since Diogo Jota is gone now. De Bruyne. So this could be one, guys. I got 0.5 million in the bank, and the third transfer that I could make, and I'm really interested in this one, guys. I want to get Reece James. I think he's a fantastic value. 5.1 million defender for Chelsea, starting every game with these fixtures coming up. I really want Reece James. West Brom, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Burnley, Sheffield, Newcastle. I mean, these guys are pure gold, guys. Chelsea can keep a lot of clean sheets, and if not, I think he can get attacking returns as well. So this could be a plan for me. Buckshot says, "Congratulations, Patrick." I have to see 68 points this game week. Delighted I captain Calvert-Lewin. Oh my god, Patrick, that's amazing decision to captain Calvert-Lewin. I mean, I wish I had thought about it, and I would be so happy about my game week as well. But congratulations to you. Mike Green says, "Rodriguez or Calvert-Lewin?" I don't see an either or situation here, my friend. But if you're gonna go for one of them, I think Calvert-Lewin could be a better option. I just he's a striker. He's the main focal point. He's gonna get more goals. That might be a controversial one, my friend, but that's my opinion. So out of these 2, I'd go for Calvert-Lewin. Have Manuel says, "Thanks. I have size already." Jonathan says, "I use my wildcard for game week 5 because there is 2 weeks break between week 4 and 5. This gives me enough time Guys, that's not a bad shout actually. He says he's gonna use his wild card because there's gonna be an international break after game week 4, and he's gonna get more time. But the more time you get, the more crazy FPL makes you as well. So we need to think about that as well. Just be careful, but too much tinkering can lead to bad decisions. Just, just what I say. Ahmed says great plan, but I don't think Chelsea will keep many clean sheets. Maybe not, Ahmed. I'm thinking about this place. This could be Sias. This could be Sias. This could be Reece James. I'm just thinking about these two players right now, Chelsea and Wolves. I think they've got amazing fixtures, and I want maximum coverage from their teams. If Havertz doesn't do anything against West Brom, he's gotta go, and I'm gonna get Son in. And even right now I could get Son and I've got 0.5, so I could actually just go for Son. But I don't know, just want to hold on to Havertz a little bit. I think they've got a peach of a fixture against West Brom, and I think Havertz can do well. We can't judge him in the game against Liverpool, my friends. It's just not fair on Havertz. The only reason he was subbed was because Christiansen got a red card and they had to bring on Tomori. But guys, this could be -8. I could go for as well, but maybe not. And maybe Sias next week, and Son this week, and Podence, Kevin De Bruyne. 3 midfield transfers as well, my friends. So as I said, I haven't made my decision yet. I just totally raw in my mind. But these are the things that are going on in my mind. So I hope, it gives you a little bit of my idea. Manuel says, yo, remember my name, bro. You're a good content creator. I'll remember your name, my friend. Don't worry about it. You're most welcome to join my streams, my friend. Mike says, thanks. You're welcome, Mike. Joseph says, Justin will not play after game week 4. I'm not so sure, actually. Justin is doing well in it. Justin is doing pretty well. He's scoring goals, he's providing assists, even from left back. He's a right-footed player. Not sure if Ricardo Pereira is just gonna come back and jump into the team. Castagne is doing so well at right back. I mean, it would be very hard for Brendan Rodgers to make this decision and maybe send Castagne to left back and play Pereira on right back and take Justin out. But why would you take him out if he's playing really well? So I think it would be a very difficult decision. Sai says, what defenders are you starting in game week 3? I think Taylor, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and maybe if I get Sias, then Sias gonna start. If not, then I'm just gonna start Davies. I think that's not a bad option. Buckshot says, Werner price may drop. People on wildcards who've already got him sell and then rebuy after the price drop. Guys, that's a fantastic point by Buckshot. All of you who are on wildcard, right? Go to this website. I'll just copy and paste the link of the website, and this website, guys, it gives you a fair idea of who's gonna fall or who's gonna rise. It's not 100% accurate. FPL statistics. Go to this website, check who's gonna fall in price. If he's in your team, sell him right now, and then after the price drops in about 4 or 5 hours, then you bring him back so you can avoid the price drops, and then your team will have better value. Thank you so much, Buckshot. That's a fantastic point, my friend. Very, very valid point. Thank you so much. Thomas says, Son being a good long-term option. Thomas, I think Son is a good long-term option, yes. One, because I think Tottenham have strengthened their team substantially with Gareth Bale coming in, and this Reguilon guy is here, and then he's also starting to play Ndombele. I think against the small teams, I think Tottenham gonna be a little bit of a flat track bully. I don't think they're gonna do really well against the big teams, but I think against small teams, Tottenham can be a flat track bully with the players they've got. Why not? 9 million for a player who has the potential to score 4 goals. Maybe not every game, maybe not every 15 games. Even if he repeats it once more, I think he's worth it. If Son can get 15 goals this season, I think at 9 million he's worth it. You're welcome, my friend. Harry says, Dunn, good 4 million option at Burnley. Guys, this guy Dunn, 4 million, scored a goal against Leicester for Burnley. I'm not sure if he's going to start it every week. I don't know what, because Tarkowski got injured. That's the reason he started. As soon as he's back, and Dunn will be out of the out of the team. So it's kind of a short-term option, my friend. So think about it, right? I wouldn't get him if it was me. N says, Lish, Bamford. Should we buy either? What are your thoughts? My thoughts about the Leeds players is that they've got very difficult fixtures. I don't think they're gonna sustain this ability. I'm not sure how this fixture is gonna pan out. I am really not sure about Sheffield United at this moment in time. I don't think they're gonna score 4 goals against Sheffield United. Manchester City, Wolves. I mean, very difficult fixtures. Leicester, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. I think they're very difficult fixtures for Leeds. I just, although they're 5.5, I just kind of don't want to advocate Leeds players right now, guys. It's more of a personal choice, to be honest with you, because, they're not going to play Fulham every week, as I keep saying again and again, right? So that's my opinion about Leeds players. I'm not going to get any more Leeds players in. I've got Ayling, and I'm not really happy with Ayling at the moment as well. John says, should I need a wildcard? Ryan, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Justin, Kyle Walker-Peters, Mitchell, Ferguson, Salah, Aubameyang, Saint Maxima, Havertz, Mitrovic, Werner, Martial. I don't think you need a wildcard, my friend. I think a couple of transfers, maybe one hit, and you should be fine to go. That's my opinion, right? That's how I play the game. FPL Bear says, are you planning on bringing in Kevin De Bruyne tonight? It seems likely that he'll rise. Guys, what is FPL statistics? Go to the website I told you about. Can you have a look? It doesn't say Kevin De Bruyne is rising tonight, is it? 88% right now. Kind of dicey, right? It could rise because this site is not 100% accurate, but it gives you kind of a fair idea about. No, he's not over 400%, Zach. He's around 88%. So he may rise tonight. The thing is about Kevin De Bruyne. I was very sure that I was gonna get him tonight, but with LK Gundogan down with COVID and stuff, I'm just concerned that other Manchester City players might have got it, and then midweek they've got a match, and kind of just not sure about Kevin De Bruyne right now. I'm a little dubious about it, guys, and very, very, very difficult to say if he's at 100.3. What the hell? Why can't I see him at 100.3, guys? I'm so sorry. I need to check this website. Oh, there you go. He's at 100.3, so I think he's now he's gonna rise. Sai's gonna rise. Rodriguez, Costa, Castan, De Bruyne. Oh my God! All these players who we wanna get in are actually due to rise, and I think Lamptey is gonna be pretty close as well. So guys, if you wanna have Kevin De Bruyne, you should probably get him. Kevin De Bruyne gonna rise tonight, so. For me, guys, I'm still not sure. I have to think about it. If what I can do is, if I make the transfer, if I plan to bring him in tonight, I'll just send you a message on Twitter, or I'll just send you a message on Discord. That's the best I can do, guys, because right now I'm just streaming right after the match. I haven't made any decisions, and I'm not gonna be rushed into any decisions at this point in my game week, because the thing is, guys, these decisions are long term, guys, and I have to think, whether I want to get Son, whether I want to take a -8 hit, whether I put off getting Kevin De Bruyne for 1 week and I make some other transfers. So I haven't made a plan, so that's the reason I can't confirm to you right now. I apologize if you think I'm being indecisive, but I haven't kind of figured out how I'm gonna work it out yet. But yes, I think Kevin De Bruyne is very high on my priority list, and I have to get him, but not sure if I'm gonna get him tonight or not. Zach says, what's your Discord? Zach, the link is in the description, my friend. Buckshot says, this game week was a freak result of goals. I believe it was said last time goals scored was around, it was a record game week, George. Like the most goals scored in one Premier League game week, it was this. So it was very freak. Son or Bruno or Mane for long term. I mean, I don't understand. Why do we have to make a choice, Manuel? All these 3 options are good. Pick 2 of them. Stick with them, my friend. Stick with them. Khaleesi says, just join Discord. Yeah, you're welcome to join my Discord, my friends. Just remember, when I started this channel, guys, my aim was to make a pleasant and a polite community where nobody teases anybody else. If you have a bad game week, people are gonna be compassionate, and they're gonna be, they're gonna sympathize with you rather than making fun of you and stuff. We win together, guys. We lose together. That's the kind of community I want to build here. And if you wanna be, if you are like that, if you wanna be a part of that, you're most welcome to join my Discord. But we don't be rude there. We need to be polite and pleasant and just have fun, talk football all day long. Just do not be rude to other people. That's the only thing I ask for. -4 hit to get rid of Egan. Yes, you can. If you don't have any of the defender to play next game week, Karthik, if you can put him on the bench and you're not worried about the value hit, because Egan is gonna fall in price, right? So if you're not worried about that, you put him on the bench, play some other defender, and get him out next game week. But if you think you can get a better defender with the -4 hit, for example, Roman Saiz, Reece James, they've got wonderful games next game week, and I think you can cover the hit very easily. So if you can get these kinds of defenders, why not? Lewis says, any resource better than Podence at 5.5 or lower. Next game week's looking too good to pass. Lewis, in my opinion, I think at 5.5 Podence is looking like solid gold. I could say, Bukayo Saka is fine, but Arsenal have difficult fixtures, and Wolves have amazing fixtures. I just don't think at this moment in time 5.5 Podence, I just don't think there's anybody else who's gonna match him in points over the next 5 game weeks at this price range, right? Phil Foden 6.5 looks really, really good, but at 5.5 I'd not go for anybody else except Foden, to be honest with you. Pretty good. Samuel says, Saint Maxima is already over 94% for a price drop. Guys, at FPL Statistics, the site which I just gave you, you can not only check the price rises, you can check the price drops as well. So Samuel just checked, he says Saint Maxima gonna fall, and possibly he should because he's injured, right? People just transferring him out anyway. So if you want Podence, the right time to get him is tonight. He's gonna fall in price, Saint Maxima, definitely. So if you wanna get Podence, go for him tonight. So, and he looked good, guys. A player, a 5.5 million player who can nutmeg Kevin De Bruyne, guys. He nutmegged him, and then he provided the assist with his right boot, and he's a left-footed player. Why? What's not to like about him, guys? Just go for him. Matt says Podence looked good tonight, had a couple of chances. Yeah, he could have scored a goal easily. He tried to dink Ederson. Alright, he didn't score the goal, but he was good, guys. So, in my opinion, get him. Zodiac says, where do you see the drops on the side? Zod, just go to the last one, and there you'll see the price drops. N says, need to take him out. Yeah, I think we need to take him out. In my opinion, if I make a transfer tonight, I think it would be more transferring, Alan St. Maxima out for someone, and either, going for Kevin De Bruyne as well. But definitely, I think if Alan St. Maxima is dropping in price, I think probably gonna move him out because he's not who I want to keep in my team for long term. I haven't seen enough from Newcastle or from St. Maxima that I want to keep him for long term. And now that the better option has revealed himself, why not, guys? Go for him. Zach says, do you have confidence in Che Adams? I would love to kind of transfer him out and get some other player, my friend. But as I told you, the XG says he was one of the players who had the highest expected goals in game week 2. It's unbelievable. He had 2 fantastic chances to score. Davis made a block and Lloris made a fantastic save, right? But I think Che Adams is going to score in one or two game weeks. And I think at 5.9 million, he's not... I want to transfer him out, but he's not the biggest of my problems, so he's going nowhere for this game week. Unless I can transfer him out for Jimenez, which I don't think I can. If I want to get Kevin De Bruyne, I can't get Jimenez as well, so I think he's gonna stay, my friend. I don't understand Zod. Guys, Zod, I'll make a video in which I'll explain properly how you can check the price rises and drops, my friend. I think it will be very hard for me to explain right now. For now, I can tell you that Alan St. Maxima gonna fall tonight. 94%. In 5 hours, he's gonna be 100%, definitely. Mark says, James Rodriguez or Harvey Barnes. Mark, I think, we can go for both of them. But based on the fixtures, I think Leicester have got the better fixtures in the next two. Let me check. Calvert-Lewin has got, yeah, Crystal Palace difficult, Brighton maybe not the easiest, Liverpool got some tricky games. On paper looks pretty good, but not that good. Hang on, what am I doing here? I need to check a Leicester fixtures. There you go. So you see West Ham at home, Aston Villa at home. I think they're better fixtures. Leeds. So they've got similar fixtures, right? But in my opinion, James Rodriguez would be better than Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes has a higher ceiling, don't get me wrong. I think Harvey Barnes can score more points than James Rodriguez in a given game week. But since James Rodriguez is gonna start taking corners, free kicks, maybe penalties as well for Everton, he just has more ways to get points. So I'd say James Rodriguez over Harvey Barnes. Samuel says Che Adams dropped in price already. Yep, he did. Unfortunately, I knew he was gonna drop in price yesterday. I kind of tweeted about it as well, but you have to take some price hits at this point of the season, guys. The FPL world is so fickle at this moment. Can you believe Son dropped in price after game week 1? He was 8.9, and now he's already 9. Like he's fallen in price once and he's risen in price once. People are going absolutely crazy, trigger happy, making transfers left, right, and center. Just don't understand what's going on. John says Chelsea has West Brom next week. Should I hold on to Havertz or transfer in Son for a hit? John, see, the thing is, this is the same dilemma which I'm in, right? I've had Havertz since I haven't have it since game week 1, right? He didn't do well in game week 1. I kept him for game week 2 because I wanted him for game week 3, and I probably am gonna keep Havertz. If I kind of don't make up my mind about Son for a hit, I'm gonna keep Havertz. West Brom are at the bottom of the league for shots conceded, shots in the box, and all these stats. West Brom are rock bottom. They don't have their first choice left back. Gibbs got sent off. I mean, I think West Brom are rocking at the moment. And Chelsea, they must be rearing to go. People like Kai Havertz, he must be wanting to make an impression. Timo Werner, the way he's played in the first 2 game weeks, he can haul easily, and the team which he can haul against is West Brom. So I have it's Timo Werner. I just don't think, if you've had them for game week 2, I think we should keep him for game week 3 as well. That's my opinion. So Peter says I really want Sterling, but my brain says KDB. Peter, your brain says you're right. If I had to select one of the two, I would select KDB. I'll tell you my opinion about these players, guys, right? So let's say we talk about, who should we talk about? Let's talk about KDB and Sterling, right? KDB has 5 ways to score points. He can score a direct free kick. He takes corners, right? He can provide an assist. He can provide an assist from open play, much more than Sterling can. He can score an open goal, and he takes penalties. What does Sterling do? He plays open play. Alright, he has a high ceiling. He can, in one game week, he can score crazy amount of points. But KDB will be more consistent. And, I'm the kind of person who likes consistency more than kind of explosiveness, so I always go for a player who is more consistent. That's the reason I opted for KDB last season, and I stuck with him. I stuck with KDB. I never brought in Sterling. Like I stuck with KDB, and that's served me well. Thirsty says, have you done -8? Are you sure about that? No, Thirsty, I'm so sorry. I haven't done any transfers. This was just, I was showing everybody what my plan could be. But this is what my team looks like. I haven't done any moves right now. I'm possibly gonna move Saint Maxim out for Podence tonight, but I haven't made any moves right now. So just to kind of tell you. Christopher says, greetings from Norway. Greetings, my friend. Activated wildcard few days ago with regret. Set up Ryan, Dunn, Michel, Justin, Robo, Trent Alexander, Son, Salah, KDB, Rodriguez, Jorginho, Mitrovic, Calvert-Lewin, Bamford. Help. I think that's a pretty decent wildcard, my friend. I don't think you need any help. You're set for the next game week. No transfer needed. All good. I think you're set to go, Christopher. in my opinion. In my opinion, you're pretty good, my friend. So yeah, I think for the next game week you're fine. Maybe a Chelsea player would be really desirable, but I can't say because Chelsea haven't been playing too well. So I can't tell you to take out a certain player and put in. But if you can, I would definitely get Reece James, at least the Chelsea defender. He can attack and he can get you some points with a clean sheet as well. Joseph says Southampton played really well in my opinion. Just near the end, the defense got beat. Joseph, the problem was, you know, I'm not sure who saw the kind of jinx in their armor, chink in their armor. Maybe it was Jose Mourinho, maybe it was kind of Harry Kane. Harry Kane started to drop deep and pull the centre backs with him. And since they don't have any pace, Son exploited the space behind them because they were playing such a high line, right? It was crazy to watch for me. I mean, I'm not even a football coach, and but I mean, I would look like a normal person could see what was happening in that game. I do not know why Hassan Hoodle did not react, change the shape, do something. I mean, stop them. Just play for pride, do something. Especially for us FPL managers who don't have Tottenham assets, have some mercy. Drop deep. Don't let them score like that. Who's your captain choice next week? That's a pretty interesting one, isn't it? I think I'd probably thinking about Salah, Werner. I think it's gonna be out of these two. Thinking about Salah or Werner. I think Salah has really good potential, especially when he's playing at Anfield. Really, really good, right? So against Arsenal, if Arsenal was playing like that against West Ham, Arsenal were so lucky to win that game, guys. Arsenal should have never have won that game the way they played that game week, right? So against Liverpool, my God, Salah can really, really exploit that, especially if Kieran Tierney is still injured and he has to play against Kolasinac. Salah's gonna turn him inside out. I'm telling you right now. Rahul says, I'm deciding on who to captain right now between Salah and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Rahul, to be honest with you, Dominic Calvert-Lewin against Crystal Palace away is not the best captaincy option logically, right? I use the word logically with so much caution because you never know what happens. This season is crazy. This is not going according to logic, especially because of the condensed, pre-season. They didn't have a proper pre-season. So some teams, they're looking bad in game week 1, looking amazing in game week 2. We're not sure what's going to happen. So logically, Salah is the right option. Christopher says, thanks for your opinion, my friend, but are you sure James will play full-time and Jimmy and Dunn, this guy, permanent defender? Dunn is not a permanent defender. He only plays because Tarkowski got injured, right? So as soon as Tarkowski comes back, Dunn is going to go out. I know he's 4 million, he scored a goal and all that, but he's not a regular in that team, my friend. Maybe a couple of game weeks till James Tarkowski comes back, and then he'll drop out. So it's better to get players who are nailed on for long term. John Wick says Salah, KDB, Werner are the best armbands. I agree with John. I think they're 3 of the best options next game week. Harry Kane is a very, very good shout, guys. I'm telling you right now, it wouldn't be kind of surprising if Harry Kane went on and scored 2 goals against Newcastle. The way Newcastle defended against Brighton, my word, they were appalling. Brighton should have scored more goals against them, and Tottenham are better than Brighton. So guys, Harry Kane as well. If you have Harry Kane, you can consider him for the armband. Trust me about that. Rahul says, thanks Paul, you're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Audu says, I used my wildcard and I'm debating between Sterling and Bruno. I've got KDB already. That's a difficult one, but if you got KDB already, my friend, I'd possibly think about going for Bruno Fernandes. I think, penalty takers this season gonna be real gold. He blanked in game week 2, maybe you're doubtful because of that, but he is not gonna blank every game week. Too good a player for that. So now Marcal is injured, is Vinagre an option? Wilbur, you're right, I think that's a very interesting question. To be honest with you, I just want to know how long Marcal is injured for. Didn't look like a major injury, it looked like he pulled something and he could be back in a couple of game weeks. So, if you have Vinagre, stick with him now. I think Vinagre gonna play for the next 1 or 2 game weeks at least. So at least you have the comfort of knowing that Vinagre at 4.4, you don't have to sell him, you can keep him. Nehal is guys, this is a very, very interesting question, right? I asked this question on Twitter. I actually posted a poll. Nihal says, how many transfers warrant a wild card? I need to make 5 transfers. Should I do it in 2 intervals or use a wild card? In my opinion, if you have to make more than, let's say if you have to make minus 12, right? I think minus 12 is too much, in my opinion. That's what I deduced from the kind of Twitter poll as well, and that's my opinion as well. Minus 8, you're fine, right? But if you're having to go into the minus 12, minus 16 territory, I think you're better off wildcarding. 12 to 16 points is too much, to take hits and then, kind of to settle your team as well. So if you're going into the territory of minus 12 or 16 nil, wildcard, my friend. That's my opinion. But yeah, if you can split them over 2 weeks, that's not a bad shout as well. So for example, this game week I didn't make any transfers. I saved my transfer. This week I can make 3 transfers with more knowledge and stuff, but I took a hit for game week 2, right? It was damage limitation for me. I was never attacking game week 2. It was damage limitation. Thank God for Calvert-Lewin. Otherwise, I would be sitting here with 28 points. It would be so bad, and oh my God. Jorginho is a penalty taker at 5.5 million. I think he's 5 million Zod, but the way he took that penalty against Liverpool, I'm not even sure if he's going to be on penalties anymore. They could end up giving them to Werner or Kai Havertz for all we know. Because it was appalling the way he actually took the penalty. The technique involves looking at the goalkeeper, which side he's going to jump, and then making your decision. If you already made up your mind, what's the point of looking at the goalkeeper? He actually just, he got confused because Alisson didn't make the jump. So funny to look at that. Nihal says, thanks Wes. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. I really appreciate it. John Wick says Werner or Havertz for pens. It could be, my friend. We just need to see that. N says keeping Son transformed my damage limitation into damage maximization. That's a brilliant term, my friend. To be honest, guys, I advocated so much last week. Keeps on. Everybody here was coming and saying, I want Bruno Fernandes. Should I take a minus 4 hit? I want to sell Son. I want to take a minus 4 hit. I told everybody that don't sell Son. Keep your assets. Trust your assets. I really hope you listen to me, my friends. I was advocating keeping your assets last week every time I live streamed here. And N says I have to thank you for that. But thanks, bud. You're welcome, my friend. I'm really glad that you kept faith in the player, that you wasted 3 weeks selecting your team, and after 1 game week everybody wants to change their teams completely. That's not how FPL works, my friends. It's 2 game weeks, right? Let me give you an example. Somebody has a great game week, 2 great game weeks, then you might also as well over the course of 38 game weeks you might as well have a couple of maybe 3, 4, 5 good game weeks. That's not out of the question, right? So why panicking? Why knee-jerking so much, guys? 2 game weeks, that's it. Trust me. Stop looking at your ranks, stop looking at your points, look at the logic with which you select your team, and you shall be fine, my friends. Trust me, trust the process. Do not panic. That's all I can say. De Bruyne, Zod says De Bruyne is 110 now. Alright, so guys, 100% De Bruyne is gonna rise tomorrow. If you wanna take out Aubameyang for De Bruyne, right now might be the time. In the next 3 hours. Oh my god, what time is it in India now? Oh my god, it's 4 a.m. already. 3 hours, guys. You got 3 hours to make your decisions about De Bruyne, right? They change at 7 a.m. Indian time, right? And what time would it be in England? Just kind of maybe 3:30 a.m. England time? Yeah, I guess something like that, right? 3 a.m. England time or 3:30 a.m. England time and 7 a.m. Indian time. That's when the prices change. So you've got 3 hours to make the decision. If you want to go for Podence over Alan St. Maxima, go for it. If you want to kind of get KDB in place of Aubameyang, it's going to rise tonight, my friends. So, yeah. Premier League tipster says, I bought Son for 8.9 million when everyone else was selling. That's amazing, my friend. I'm glad you did that. I'm so happy you had a great game week as well. Congratulations. John Wick says 2:30 to 3 UK time. So that's when the prices change. So basically it's 3 hours. from now. All right, so you have to make the decisions. So my friends, do hit like if you're enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying what we do here on this channel. Please hit like, subscribe, join my Discord if you want to have a pleasant community, a nice place to chat. Follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna be here after every game week. Doesn't matter if I have a very, very good game week or if I have a pathetic game week. I'm gonna be here talking to you about it, guys. I think when we discuss, a lot of things come out, and since we have a community, there are so many people like us who have had a bad game week, so we can actually it's like a cathartic process for us, and the ones who have a good game week, they can enjoy with us. So I think it's a very good thing to kind of come here right after the game week, talk to you. I really, really enjoy doing it. I hope you enjoy my stream as well, by the way. So Peter says, I keep almost committing to the KDB transfer, then chicken out. You have to go for it, my friend. There is nothing which KDB kind of stopping you from getting KDB over Aubameyang. Aubameyang has really bad fixtures. Let's have a look at his fixtures. Maybe that'll make up your mind. Look here: Liverpool, Manchester City, Leicester, Manchester United. Need I say more, my friends? Aubameyang is kinda much better player against smaller teams. He's been scoring under Arteta against the big teams as well, but maybe he's gonna score one goal. Not worth keeping, in my opinion. 12 million burning a hole in my pocket. I really want to move him on. Nihal says, Emmy looked great. Emiliano Martinez, fantastic goalkeeper, 4.5 million. If I was on a wild card, I wouldn't look anywhere. Straight away, get Emmy Martinez. That's it. He's the next Nick Pope. Gonna be. Premier League tipster says KDB is fixture proof. I agree. 100%, guys. Today was a very, very difficult fixture. Wolves away, guys. How much more difficult does it get in Premier League especially for City? Wolves are their nemesis, right? And KDB is just amazing today, right? He could have had much more points than he actually got. So KDB, amazing. Perplex says KDB or Sterling. I've already answered. I've given my reasoning, my friend, but I'll just tell you the answer to that. It depends on the nature of what kind of a player you are. Are you a differential, risk-taking kind of, that kind of a player? You go for Sterling, but if you're kind of how I play the game, you should go for KDB. Consistency, much more ways. If I bring in a player, right, he has to have more than one way to score points. That's KDB for me. No problem, Perplex. So, I want a player who has multiple ways to score points. So KDB is gonna take penalties for City, assist, corner, free kicks. Sterling just gonna score from open play. So in my opinion, I'm just gonna go for KDB. Jesus, Werner, or Jimenez. That's a very, very difficult one. But if I had to choose one of them, I'd probably go with Jimenez. Although you might find that answer very difficult to accept, but I would go for Jimenez. Amazing fixtures, amazing consistency. 9 points every week, 8-9 points. What else do we want, my friend? Baldur says hello from Iceland. Hey, welcome to the live stream, my friend. It's wonderful. I think it's the first time we've got a viewer from Iceland. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining. KDB and Podence for -4. Mahad, I think I wouldn't be averse to that. I wouldn't be averse to that. I think they're both fantastic players, my friend. John Wick says, taking a hit on 5.5 does not make logic. Podence should score at least 10 points to gain that hit. Yes, John, you're right. But if it is for a player who's already injured, like Alan St. Maxima, then taking a hit might make sense as well. Because Alan St. Maxima definitely not going to play next game week. If he's injured, kind of. I'm not saying there's like 100% chance that he's not going to play. But I'm just taking a hypothesis, right? If Alan St. Maxima not going to play next game week, it would make sense to take a hit and take him out and kind of bring a player who at least can give you points. What goalkeeper should I play, Alisson or Martinez? I think Alisson. Who do Aston Villa play next? I have no idea, guys. I'm not even checking Aston Villa. Hang on. Fulham away. That's kind of difficult to kind of say which one to play. But out of these two, I think still Liverpool Allison is the better option. Having two keepers gives you a headache every week to make a new decision. For me, I just don't want to take this headache, guys. I always get one keeper and play him. If you watched my video, guys, I gave you an example, right? This President Obama of the United States, he always wore a black suit, and maybe he even fixed the color of his tie. He said, I do not want to give myself a decision to make every morning before I go to my office, so I'll just wear black suits for the next 4 years, and no decisions. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Just get one keeper, my friend. So guys, I'm sorry the stream today is not gonna be as long as the last one. Last one was crazy, 2 hours, and then I fried my throat, and next day it was very hard for me to kind of make a video. So I'm gonna wrap up the stream pretty soon, but I hope I'm answering all your questions. So Ajay says just transferred out Aubameyang for KDB and planning out Alan St. Maxima for Podence. Ajay, I think that's a brilliant move. Both of them, they both got prime fixtures, and I'm very I think that these are very close to the moves that I'm planning to make as well. Bob says Jimenez in, Lacazette out for a -4, or Mount out, Podence in for a -4, both for a -8, or none. Oh, there's a lot of options, Bob. But in my opinion, Jimenez in, Lacazette out for a -4 makes a lot of sense. For this game week. Not Mount for Podence for this game week, because Mount has a very good fixture. Mount can score. Lacazette out for Jimenez makes a lot of sense for me. Perplex says, who should I captain? My friend, your name, it might not be a reflection of how you feel. Perplex, we should never feel perplexed with FPL in it. Anyways, who should I captain? This Son, De Bruyne, Salah, Richarlison, Werner, and who should I make my vice captain? I think at this moment in time, it's very hard to kind of make up my mind. But if I had to make a bust team and I had to just go for it, out of these options, I'd probably say Timo Werner and Salah would be really good options for captain and vice captain that you can possibly decide over the course of the week. But they're really good options, both of them. Ramsdale out for Martinez for a -4. In my opinion, not, my friend. I wouldn't take a hit for a keeper. Never take a hit for a keeper. For how I play this game is, once I pick a keeper, even if he's the worst of the game, I will not take him out until the first wildcard. Sooner or later, Sheffield's gonna keep a clean sheet. Trust it. Trust in him. So that's my opinion about that. Right? Wilbur says between Trent and Taylor, who should I bench? No question, my friend. Trent Alexander-Arnold gotta play. Even Taylor's gotta play. He has a very good fixture. But if you have an either-or situation, bench Taylor. John Wick says, thanks Wiz, see you next time. When are you streaming next? John, I actually do a couple of streams every week. One is right after the game week, the aftermath stream, and then another one is the deadline stream, which 1 hour before the deadline, where I take your questions and answers. Possibly, if it's a long week, then I might do another stream, but these two streams are fixed, so you know what to expect. Right after the game, the last game of the game week, and right at the start of the game week, 1 hour before the deadline, always here. TG says, who should I bench, Justin or Davies, game week 3? TG, it's a kind of a difficult decision, because I'm not sure if what's going to happen with Davies, with this Reguilon guy coming from Real Madrid. He plays at left back as well. So, but looking at the fixture, Justin plays Manchester City. So if you have Davies and you're not selling him, then I'd play Davies for this game week. Mahad says KDB or Sterling. Mahad, they're both good options, but if I had to choose one, I'd pick KDB. Ahmed says, got Zaha and KDB instead of Harrison and Auba. What's your opinion? I think I'd possibly think that's a good move, my friend. I'm not sure if you had Harrison from the start or you got him after game week 1. But if you got Harrison after game week 1, I think it would be a little harsh on Harrison to transfer him out right after you got him 1 game week after. But for a -4, hard to justify. But the players you got in are both good, so no problem with that, my friend. Ailing looks so good, but not an FPL asset. I mean, Nahal, you know what? I got ailing, especially with an eye on the easier fixtures like this Fulham fixture. I never expected Leeds to concede so many goals. They were so fantastic defensively in the Championship last season, and Ailing scored 4 goals and provided 4 assists last season. Leeds are just looking completely crazy right now. They can concede and they can score. God knows what's going to happen with them. To be honest with you, my friend. But yeah, as a good player, I know him since he was an Arsenal youth player. Since I'm an Arsenal fan, I know Ailing since a very long time as well. Wilbur says Grealish or Zaha. I think Grealish, maybe a little bit. I think Grealish because if he takes penalties for Aston Villa, right? Who takes penalties for Aston Villa, my friends? If it is Grealish, then I'd possibly pick Grealish because Zaha is not gonna take penalties every week for Crystal Palace. I think Milivojevic, if he's on the pitch, is gonna take penalties, and Grealish, if he takes penalties for Aston Villa, I think it could be a better option. Might be a controversial one, guys. Let me have a drink of water. I'll be back. Alrighty. So Daniel says Foden or Podence for Harrison or Dominic Calvert-Lewin for Wilson. Wilson has very difficult fixtures, right? I mean, I wouldn't be averse to getting Dominic Calvert-Lewin for Wilson. I think Harrison is cheaper, right? I think Harrison you can keep. But that's my opinion. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, my friend, I think is a good option. Nihal says El Ghazi used to take the pen. That's an interesting one. I'm kind of not sure. I'm gonna check it out, guys. I'm gonna let you know in my next live stream. But right now, I'm really not sure. But if El Ghazi takes them, then I think Zaha could be a better asset. If Grealish doesn't take the pens, then Zaha could be a better asset than Grealish. Ajay says Egan to Size or Alan St. Maxima to Podence, which will pay off more? I think logical to take out midfielder rather than defense. To be honest with you, my friend, I think both of them have a problem because Egan's got a red card. How many matches is Egan going to be out for, my friends? 1 match, right? It was a technical foul, right? It wasn't a malicious tackle or something like that. So for straight red, if it is for a technical foul, does he still get 3 matches out? I'm not exactly sure, but if Egan is out for 1 match, I'd possibly keep Egan and transfer out Alan St. Maxima. If Egan is out for 3 games, then I'd possibly transfer out Egan first. Alan St. Maxima might be fine. It's not the... Lil Uzi says, sell or keep Kane. My friend, after a haul of 21 points, how can you sell Kane? He plays Newcastle next. They looked appalling this game week. They conceded 3 goals to Brighton. I mean, Neil Mope scored 2 goals against them. Why would you want to sell Kane, my friend? Keep him, and, make him your captain. If I had him, I'd possibly make him my captain this game week. Nikhil says, Martial and Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Bruno and Mitrovic. That's a difficult one to say, Nikhil, but they're both strikers, and Bruno and Mitrovic are midfielder and a striker. But if I had to pick one of these two, I'd possibly pick Martial and Calvert-Lewin. But it's a very difficult one because Bruno and Mitrovic both take penalties, right? It all depends upon how Fulham plays, right? That's the tipping point. But for my team, if I had to pick, I'd pick Martial and Calvert-Lewin, definitely. Success says, hey Success, this is the first message I'm seeing from you, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. Prismo, guys, I'm benching Castan and Justin. I have Trent Alexander-Arnold, Saiss and Dean. That's amazing, Prismo. Your defense is fantastic. I'd love to have this defense. Definitely bench Castan and Justin and play Saiss, Dean and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Amazing. Bamford or Mitrovic? Mitrovic, definitely, my friend. On penalties, the talisman of Fulham. What's not to like about Mitrovic? Bamford's not going to keep up his form. Trust me when I say this. He had such high XG but such low goals scored last season. Not sure how he scored 2 goals in the Premier League so quickly. Alright guys, I think it's already 1.5 hours, so I'm gonna wrap up the stream pretty soon. So I'll take a couple of questions more. Prismo says, thank you, you're welcome, my friend. Success says, yeah mate, was gonna go to sleep, saw you online. Rodrigo will go straight in for Bamford. Rodrigo is possibly going to play on the wing success. And Bamford is going to play. I'm not just sure that he's so clinical as he's just scoring goals every game week. Not sure he's going to maintain that and the form, you know. Opinion on Podence says Uzi. I think he's a very good option. Uzi, if you can get him, you should. Eddie Gunnar says Sterling or Aubameyang. Sterling, man. Based on the fixtures, based on the teams Aubameyang is playing next, he's got Manchester City away, Liverpool away, Manchester United away. Very difficult games. In my opinion, I'll pick Sterling. Burka to start the next game as well. Johnny is very hard to say, my friend. Wilbur says Son or Bruno. Wilbur is very hard to choose because, you know, Son is 9 million, Bruno's 10.5. They not in the same price bracket. But if I had to pick one of them, I'd possibly just go with Bruno Fernandes, you know, over the season. Not saying Son not a good asset, guys. You possibly gonna slaughter me if I say that, but you know, Bruno in my opinion. Peter says I transferred in Sterling. Good choice, my friend. Good choice. Don't worry about it. It's just like Mane and Salah, right? One week he scores the points. Next week the other one scores the point. Don't worry about it, guys. All gonna be fine. I followed my gut so far. It's paid off. That's how you play this game, guys. Go with your gut. First make the decisions. Read all the stats so your gut doesn't tell you wrong, right? You need to have the artillery. You need to have the arsenal. What is your arsenal? The stats, the eye test. You watch the games. You read the stats. And then make the decisions with your gut when you're fully informed. That's the way to go about it, my friends. Do you know any free sites for FPL stats? Yes, Nikhil, I have. I know a couple of free sites, and I'm gonna make a video tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Please stay tuned on my channel, guys. I'm gonna make a video about all the free FPL assets that you can use for FPL to make you better. The XGs, the heat maps, the, you know, live scores, live leagues, all the websites that I know. I'm gonna kind of put them out there for you to see so that they can benefit you over the season. Guys, we're at 47 likes. We're very close to 50 likes, and I hope you know, you're enjoying the stream. And if you are, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2500 subscribers before the start of game week 3. I know it's a big ask, but I'm still gonna try it, my friends. Why not? Innit? There you go. What stats do you look at the most for transfers? Prismo, I actually look at the team XG, like what's their XG to concede the goals. You know, actually it's like 4 a.m. in the morning in India. I'm actually feeling a little sleepy as well, so I can't actually recall the name, but like how many shots they concede and how many goals they concede from big chances and stuff, and the team which is and when I have to select an attacking player, I'll actually look at the team. For example, West Brom conceded the most shots in the box, right? And you know, they have a very high possibility that when a player takes a shot in the box against West Brom, he's gonna score. The sample size is small, right? But that's the kind of stats I look at. And I also look at the, you know, kind of the games, my eye test. That helps me a lot. When you read the stats only, guys, it doesn't help. When you only look at the matches, you might miss some things, right? You supplement the eye test with the stats, and then you go with your gut. Your decisions will never go wrong. By the way, if you ask me what's more important, stats or eye test, I give 80% weightage to my eye test and 20% to the stats. So that's where I'm at. Colin says, what's your opinion of Rashford 9.5 million? I think Rashford is a good asset, but at 9.5 million, I think he's a tad overpriced. He's not going to take the corners, free kicks, and neither the penalties. So at 9.5 million, he just gives you open play, right? So for that price, you know, and Rashford is not the player who's going to score 4 goals like Son. He more like 2 goals, 1 goal, 1 assist kind of a player. So at 9.5 million, I think there could be better assets. If you want to spend 9.5, then better to go for Martial. 9 million is a better option than Martial. Martial is a better option than Rashford, in my opinion. Anas says, any changes to Doherty? In my opinion, Doherty has been really unlucky. I think he's been playing really well in Spurs team. He's been unlucky, my friends. I think if you have Doherty, I would not sell him. I'd keep him, and I think he's gonna come good for you. That's my opinion about Doherty. So Peter says 70 people are watching. Like, fellas. Definitely everybody should like the videos, guys, but only like if you actually enjoy the content. I'm sorry if I'm boring you to death. So then yeah, I understand if you don't. Lewis Martin says, I think Manchester United is gonna smash Brighton. People will suddenly feel rushed to get their frontman. I do think as well. I think Manchester United are gonna beat Brighton. But did you see how Brighton played against Chelsea? And did you see how Brighton played against Newcastle? It's gonna be an open game. Open game means lots of goals. If you have United assets, please guys, hold on to them. Do not go on and transferring out, Bruno Fernandes for Son. You cannot do this every week. This back and forth is gonna kill your team. Trust your players, keep them. United gonna beat Brighton, and your assets gonna do well. So that's my opinion about that. Lamptey is good, definitely. I think 4.5 million Lamptey is a very good asset. Against smaller teams, Lamptey can get clean sheets and assists. So if somebody has him, fantastic. And he's fine as well. By the way, if you're concerned about his injury, he's fine, guys. The manager said it was tactical and he had a little bit of a niggle, so he's fine. Alrighty guys, I'm already clocking around 1 hour 40 minutes, and I think it would be a good time to end the stream, because I have to make an FPL video tomorrow as well, and I need my throat to keep working. Also, it's 4:15 in the morning in India, and I think it might be a good time for me to go to sleep. And Rohit says, love your content, mate. YouTube and Twitter. Thank you so much, Rohit. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Ings, hold or sell. Smith, hold for me, or transfer him out for Jimenez when you can. Very good option. On penalties, hold. KDB for Oba, good option. Anyways, guys, that's it. So that's it for the aftermath, guys. I hope the summary was good. I told you what I saw from my eye tests and stuff, supplemented with a little bit of stats that I could find, and I told you a little bit of my transfer plan. If I make any transfers, I'll let you know, guys. Possibly Saint Maxima to Podence, Aubameyang to KDB. That's the plan. I'll keep you updated. I'll send message on my Twitter. I'll send you a message on my YouTube when I make my transfers, just so that you stay informed. Do not panic, guys. Do not sell your players that you trust. Bruno Fernandes, Martial, keep them. They're gonna come good for you. Timo Werner, gonna come good for you. Trust your players. 2 game weeks into the season, do not panic. That's all I have to say to you. 2 game weeks, easily covered. You can have fantastic season. Don't worry if you didn't have the best of starts. I've got 105 points, not the best of starts either. But trust your instinct, trust your logic. The points will come. By the way, thank you so much for coming to the live stream. I appreciate it. So late, especially in this part of the world, it's so late. Thank you so much. Whoever tuned into my stream, I hope you had fun, and thank you so much. I hope you have a great week. I will see you soon with more FPL content, guys. Just chill, don't be trigger happy, don't make too many transfers. I will see you soon. FPL Wizard signing out. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.